So what is film review? What are the things that we need to take into consideration when we are doing a film review? I'll try to answer these questions in this video. Hi, I'm Sanjeev and you all are welcome to my channel. So what's film review? When we say review, review is the judgment about the quality of something, whether it is good, bad, or just average. So film review is also the judgment of the film, whether the film is good or it is just bad or it is average. The film review is a popular way for critics to assess a film's overall quality and determine whether or not they think the film is worth recommending. In film review, 5 elements are essential. We begin with the title, and there is introduction, intro paragraph. Plot is next element. Positive aspects you need to write about. Negative aspects you need to explore, as well as you have to conclude your film review with a conclusion. So let's see these elements one by one. Film review has a title. When you are writing a film review, you must begin your answer with a title. Title can be written in 2 ways. You can write a general title or you can write a thematic title. What is general title? Well, on the top, you can simply write film review and you just write the name of the film which you are reviewing. For instance, it can be 3 Idiots, it can be Jhola, whatever you prefer. So it's very simple, film review. Thereafter, put the name of the film that you are reviewing. Okay, example, film review 3 Idiots from Bollywood, film review Jhola from our own film industry. Another style is thematic title. What is thematic title then? After watching the movie, critics understand the movie as a whole. They understand the theme of the movie and they put the theme in a phrase. That's exactly what we call thematic title. Look at the example. For example, when you are writing the thematic title of the movie PK, then you can say criticism of dogmatic religion, because PK movie criticizes the narrow-minded religion. Okay, likewise, okay, if you are doing the film review of Bahubali 2, then instead of writing film review Bahubali 2, which is an example of general title, you can go with the thematic title, such as the mystery behind Bahubali's murder finally revealed. It was one of the most frequently asked questions, after all, why did Katappa kill Bahubali? So this question has been answered in second sequence, Bahubali, the conclusion. So you can write the mystery behind Bahubali's murder finally revealed. Or the thematic title of 3 Idiots can be 3 Idiots are genius or genius. When we watch the movie, then the question is, are they really idiots or are they really genius? So that's how you can do. In introductions, you write the name of the film which you are doing. Okay, you can just put it like that, film name, then who is the producer, what about the director, just put the name in the blank. What are the star cast? Who are the star cast? Means the main character, who is in the lead role. I mean, who is hero, who is heroine, and who is the villain. And what about the genre? In which genre does that cinema fall into? Does that film fall into? Genre can be different, you know, like it can be romance, comedy action, or only action. Or if you see a movie like Spider-Man, Terminator, we call them sci-fi, Koi Mil Gaya, Chris, science fiction, sci-fi. So these are different genres. So what is the genre of that cinema? Likewise, what about the duration? What is the length of the cinema? 2 hours, 30 minutes, 3 hours, 10 minutes. So you put these things, this is what your introduction. So your introduction is done here. Next, you write the plot. Plot is the storyline, the sequence of the different events which make the story. But when you are writing the plot, make sure that you are not writing the plot in detail. Therefore, one basic things that you need to take into consideration is tell the basic plot, not the detailed one, because you are going to write the plot just in one paragraph. Therefore, you are not going into the details. Okay, you are just capturing the basic plot only. And if there is suspense or mystery in the plot, as a film critic, you are not supposed to reveal that. So do not reveal the mystery and suspense that is in the film. This is just a model. This is just a format, a sample from the movie Bahubali, the conclusion. Let's see what it says. The plot of Bahubali, the conclusion, revolves around the story of Bahubali, Prabhas, how he married Devsena, Anushka Sethi, how he became the victim of the conspiracy and how he was killed. At the same time, Bahubali 2 also unfolds the revenge theme by presenting Amrendra Bahubali, Prabhas, revenge against Ballal Dev, Arana Dagubatti. Most importantly, the story revealed the answer of the most frequently asked question, why did Katappa kill Bahubali? If you are eager to know the answer, you must watch the film till the end. So you can see here in this very example, in this very sample, only the basic plot has been presented. And two things you notice: you preserve the mystery and suspense. You have not stated why did Katappa kill Bahubali. Okay, you keep this question open to the audience so that they get the answer after watching the cinema only. And second thing, when you are writing the plot, make sure that you write the character's name outside and the real name inside the bracket. For example, it is not the story of Prabhas. Okay, it is the story of Bahubali. And the role of Bahubali, this very character of Bahubali, was played by Prabhas. So you have written the name Prabhas in bracket. Devsena, obviously bracket Anushka Sethi. Amrendra Bahubali, Prabhas we have, and villain Vallal Dev is the villain. And that role of Vallal Dev has been played by Rana Dagubati inside the bracket. That's all about the plot. It has positive aspects. So you can write about the positive aspects of the cinema. You can appreciate the film for its positive aspects. So how can we start this paragraph? We can simply start it like the film is worth watching because of its various positive aspects. And thereafter, you can talk about its story, when the story is original, if the story is thought-provoking, if the story is unpredictable, if the story has the realistic touch. Okay, this is what we call the good story lineup. So you can talk about story, you can talk about acting. Acting can be very realistic, you know. For example, my favorite Shahrukh has done justice to his role. You can use this sort of a statement, or B completely fits in the role of whatever the character is, or B has done a brilliant job as. So these kind of sentences you can include in your answer. Likewise, you can also talk about the songs and the music of the film. For instance, take an example, okay? This is the example from the movie Dui Rupaiya. And if you remember the movie Dui Rupaiya, from that very movie, Kutuma Kutu was a very, very popular song. I think everybody has heard about it. Everybody has seen the performance on that song on the stage. So you can write something like Rajan Raj Sivakuti, the musician, has done a great job as a musician, as all the songs are very melodious. Before the release of the film, the song Kutuma Kutu was already a popular number. You can put like this too. Okay, so that can be done. And some films are thought-provoking, you know, like I'm a big fan of Rajkumar Hirani. So whenever I watched his movies are thought-provoking. His films are thought-provoking. Even Jhola, the Nepali movie, was thought-provoking. It made us wonder on that very inhuman rituals in the history of the religion in Nepal. So when this film has thought-provoking idea in it, we call it a good cinema. So you can work on this too. And sometimes the movie takes you to a different world. For instance, when you are watching Bahubali, you go to a different world. What was that? Mahismati Empire. Okay, so you go to the different world. And the hero journey to Mahismati by climbing up that very cataract, by climbing up that very waterfall, that's brilliant. Cinema also has certain negative aspects. You can work on these too. For example, you can say, despite the positive aspects, the film has shortcomings too. And you can talk about the story. Sometimes the story is too predictable, you know. No sooner the cinema begins, you understand how it is going to end. So when the film lacks originality, when it is just the copy of the trend, such movie cannot be called a good one. Similarly, in terms of acting too, there might be overacting or underacting. And look at the action. Action can be improbable, Hero is someone surrounded by the villain. All the villains attack him. In fact, all the villains shoot him with their weapons, but none of the bullet touches the hero, and the hero just produces two pistols, and all the villains, they are lying dead on the ground. Isn't it something improbable? Okay, so sometimes we see the projection of hero as the god, okay, who can even stop the time while fighting with the villain. You have seen the picture where even the time is stopped. So this is something improbable. Screenplay might be quite loose, so you might feel boring. Okay, events may not be that very well connected. And finally, it is the time for the conclusion. So you can write in conclusion something like, in spite of the weaknesses, the film is entertaining. So visit the nearby cinema hall and enjoy the film. No, if the film is bad, you don't need to say that. You can simply say like, the film is just a complete waste of time and money. If you don't believe my words, you are free to waste your time and money visiting the nearby cinema hall and watching that crap. This brings us to the end of the film review. I hope you enjoyed watching this film review.